Hi, this is Nuit. This is Conscious Parenting, Alchemy of Love course. Today we will be talking about a principle and belief that is connected to the growth of our little ones, and that is how much and in which extent we as parents should listen to our little ones. Some time ago, a friend of mine came to me and wanted to read to me a very interesting, she said, article about how we can spoil our children. And the first sentence within this article was, "Give your children what they want at all times." And now, listening to those words, I felt deep within me something being stirred, something being offended. I felt mother within me saying, "Oh, how can this be? How can anyone claim that we can spoil our little ones if we listen to what they want, what they truly want?" So this is how this talk became a subject of conversation, a subject of shedding light on this core belief, on this way of raising under karma children that exist within our society. This is how I started this talk. Why we must listen to our kids, why not listening to our kids can lead to all sorts of troubles. Our little ones, their souls within them keep the wisdom of all the ages. We all function on this survival level, physical, emotional, mental, and from time to time we enter into the spiritual world. We enter into the world of our soul. Now, our little ones are connected to this world of the soul. They have so few things that stand in front of them that stop their soul from communicating the truth that exists within them. They have so little in between this "I want" and many egos that exist and that are formed when we are older, when we know exactly what we want and how we should and must behave. Our little ones talk from the center, from the core of life itself. Our little ones can give us a lot of wonderful information if we just learn how to listen to them. Our little ones will know what is good and what is not good for them. One wonderful example of this is whenever my little baby, my son, Million, was sick, he would send me to bring him a piece of food, an item of food, an item of fruit, or an item of drink that he felt like drinking or eating at that particular point. Now, every single time I would open my little magic book of Chinese food medicine, and every single time he actually guessed what is good for the condition he had at that time. If he would have a diarrhea, he actually guessed what he should be eating at that particular point. If he was throwing up, he actually knew what would be the food item that he should at that particular time take. He was constipated, he actually knew what is it that his body is craving. He would just say, "Mommy, bring me that and that. I would go check into my book of recipes and find out that yes, he actually got it right. Now, this is just one example of many examples of how our little ones are in contact with their soul and how they actually can tell us what they want or do not want. If a little baby is crying constantly, it might be that we had a house full of visitors and that this was a bit disturbing for the little soul and that now he needs peace and quiet with his mom. And this cry is actually telling us, yes, mommy, I want to take you into harmony that is different from what you've been going through until now. If our little one sits around the table and you ask him, does he want to draw? He will know what he wants, what he doesn't want. Does he want to eat? He will know. Does he want or doesn't want? Does he want to play in a particular way? He will know what is the answer to that question. No matter how small these beautiful souls that have incarnated and are given to us to take care of, these little beings can actually tell you what they want. Listening to their needs is a very important part of conscious parenting. So there was a mother that was very disturbed by the behavior of her child. And she wasn't sure how to help him or her. The child was constantly crying and was very naughty. So what she would do is she would go into the silence after the children are asleep. She would go into a meditation, so she will get in touch with herself. And then she would ask the child, could you please help me? Could you please tell me how I can help you? Could you please help me help you? Could you please show me how to help you? And the child would, day after, tell her what the secret to this particular trouble was. Would it be more kisses, more hugs, more peace, better structure, going earlier to bed, eating more regularly, eating better food? The little ones will actually tell you they know what is it that leads their drive, what is it that leads their cry, what is it that leads you. There was a teacher that said, I was getting really crazy by the mess the children in my class were doing, and I wanted to scream. I wanted to go out of myself. I wanted to break this harmony that was happening around me, and I was losing myself. At that point, one little 3-year-old boy brought a book in front of me, and he said, here, read. And she looked at the book, and she looked at the boy, and she said, what are you doing? What is this book for? And the boy answered, I'm saving you from yourself. How wonderful, isn't it? These little ones can actually save us from ourselves. These little ones can save us from this attack of hysterics that each mother will go into one point or another. These little ones can actually show us the road back to love, back to play, back to laughter, back to game. These little ones, these children, the children all around us, they know. I played chess with my little boy who was 5. Playing chess with a boy who is 5, you think will be very difficult because the boy will just not grasp the moves correctly. But actually, it was exactly the opposite. The little boy, age 5, was playing chess with me and was winning. And you know why he was winning? He was winning because he would intuitively know every single move I'm going to make. He would intuitively know what figure, what point of the chess game is endangered, what place he should put his queen to, how to protect his other players, how to make me lose my game. And I could see that he's not doing it because he knows all the strategies of the brilliant chess players in the world. I could see that he's doing it from the place of intuition, from the place of the center of life, from the place of the greatest power we human beings have, the contact of our soul. So how to create trust with the little ones? How to let them know that there is somebody who actually listens to them, who understands the needs of the little ones, that there is someone who believes in them, who enforces this belief no matter how old the little ones are. Now, coming into being, this little amazing souls completely change the emotional, the physical, the mental dynamic of the family. Within this change, there is a lot going on. Within this change, the little ones disturb every single aspect of their parents' lives. This change is very, very forceful. This change can be very difficult. Going through this transition, going through this possibility of listening to the child and allowing the child to lead us into the journey, spiritual journey of parenting with mistakes, but through going through those mistakes and going back to the force of love, going back to the force of consciousness, going back to the force of awareness, is an art form. Creating the trust between the parents and the child, creating a different emotional, physical and mental setup that is induced by the society, that is induced by the norms that we need to follow, takes trust, takes this belief in oneself, takes this belief in the little one in front of you, takes this respect towards the soul that is in front of you, and this again I'll use trust, that this soul here to teach you, a parent, a lesson, to lead you into a spiritual journey of wonderful discoveries that finishes with love, with awareness, with peace. Mothering quality that exists within every single mother is connecting to this power that comes from within. Mothering quality that exists within fathers as well, that exists within the parents, that exists within each one of us, is the quality that can help the society to grow spiritually, that can help us all human beings to evolve as beings. This amazing sacrifice that mothering demands, this sacrifice that is far greater than anybody could have ever imagined, the sacrifice that is known only once you have a little one that is dependent on you day in and day out, hour in and hour out, every single second of your life. This sacrifice that actually says, I do not exist any longer, I let you as being exist. I am here to support you, to give you security, to help your needs. This dying of the mother and the father, dying of the queen and the king, dying of the bird, so that the little ones, the babies, will hatch, so the babies will grow into inspiring adulthood, is a very important part of any parenting, is a beautiful part that actually is done for another being. This dying of all ego structures, dying of all the different eyes that exist within the parents, dying so they will be reborn again within the aura of love, within the aura of awareness, within the aura of consciousness, is a path that is open to every single parent. It is a reflective, transformative, beautiful path that is open to all of those who understand this wonderful, powerful force of mothering, this wonderful, powerful force that says, I am building the trust between this small, tiny, unprotected being and myself as a parent. I trust this small, unprotected being to enter into this world of socially induced norms. I believe in myself and in this small being that it will grow into an inspiring and beautiful adult, and I listen to this beautiful soul's voice. I listen and trust that this beautiful little being knows what he or she wants. It takes courage to believe and enforce trust. And this is why the mothering is not forced. The mothering is a quality that exists within parents. The mothering is qualities not be controlled. The mothering as quality exists as a power within the higher beings of each one of us. It actually teaches us what spirituality really means. It teaches us about giving, sensing, intuitively giving. It teaches us about transformation. It brings us into the touch with the very soul of life. It teaches us that we cannot control parenting, that parenting belongs to the force that is higher than ourselves, that only if we surrender completely to this force, if only we die and let our egos die within this force, we will be able to stick to love. We will be able to respond, to listen to change things, to create an environment that is supportive for our little ones to grow. Hi, this is Nuit. This is Conscious Parenting, Alchemy of Love course. Today we will be talking about a principle and belief that is connected to the growth of our little ones, and that is